Their tallest defender standing at just 5'4", so someone like the 6-foot Brindley Myers might have themselves a day.
Timpanaro outside the arc, makes her way into the fan, right in front of the cage, and they score early. Rhode takes the early lead, courtesy of MJ Timpanaro.
Just not how you want to start the game. If you're LaSalle, you feel like this is the one opponent you might be able to beat within conference play, and you find yourselves down early. Good play for Rhode Island to get this one started just in open space. MJ Timpanaro gets behind her defender.
So that's Nicholas Toro, I apologize, and he pieces that one. Lands in shallow left. Maybe calling him the wrong name did him a favor. Nick Toro squares up on a ball, and the Rams have the bases loaded and no outs here in the second.
Exact situation you want to be in here. As you can see, Toro is getting a great job getting under it and doing a great job now. The bases loaded. Let's see what Rhode Island
Myers show, but against an opponent like this, it's a good opportunity to get back.
Baswell finds the back of the net. Evades the defender, cuts right back, and finds the top corner. Rhodey's up 2-0.
Well, just as I say, you know, take advantage of a lesser opponent, kind of get your legs back under you, and that's what Baswell does. Again, Rhode Island just...
1-1. That one came off the bat awkwardly, but it's going to go the Rams' way. Marshall can't range his way back in time to get it. Another awkward single for the Rams, but it gets a base runner on nonetheless.
Great job from the Rams right here. As Aiden said earlier, Goldilocks hit just right, and just like you said, an awkward.
Myers is just taking it to LaSalle. To be expected.
And that one traces all the way back to this takeaway by Timpanaro.
Just a lazy pass, and great job by Timpanaro to be heads up and make the fast break happen. And you were right, Aiden, a good pursuit from LaSalle, but Brindley Myers scoops up the pass, blows by the defender, kind of a fake cut inside, goes back outside, and just sort of lost defenders out there. And you know, I feel for constant motion from every player, just rotating and rotating counterclockwise around the cage until eventually one player is given a little bit too much room, and we see it right here, just turns the corner and just puts it right in the back of the cage, does Brindley Myers. And we talked about it off air, Aiden. It might be a big day for Myers, given her height advantage over pretty much every single defender on that LaSalle team right there. She's matched up against Riccitelli, who just stands at...
Messing up on the grounder at first, but then collecting himself and getting it in time, as you can see right here. You know, just bouncing right off the glove, but showing the hustle and getting the ball in time to get the out. Great job from
this season.
She has one goal today. Split dodge, make it 2. Doubles the lead for Rhode. MJ Timpanaro gets goals 1 and 6.
Yeah, despite shooting stick side most of the time, Rhode Island has sort of bullied that left side of the goal. Timpanaro just taking that side step to the right, gives herself a little bit more space from her and the marking defender, and just, look at that. Nice little cutback step, and finds the back of the cage.
Not bad at all.
From Hetzel right here, just putting the ball exactly where you want it for Rhode Island, getting 2 runners in. And even though it's a single, getting those 2 runners in is all you can ask for. And just a great start for Rhode Island.
I apologize for jumping too soon on that.
We welcome you back to Meade Stadium here in Kingston, Rhode Island, and we have some highlights for you for this 20-goal first half between the Rhode Island Rams and the LaSalle Explorers. We'll start right here with Timpanaro going opposite the stick side, putting it high up right there, and then Katie Johnson, of course, been so dominant today. Lots of velocity on that one from the right side. Right here we see the Rhode Island defense turning defense into offense. It's McDonald in the open space, and she's of course going to find Brindley Myers, scoops it up off the ground. A side step here to the right. Whoop. And then she'll slit it right past the goalkeeper stick side. It's a 6-goal day for Myers so far. Timpanaro, fantastic right side step on the free position shot. That one finds the back of the cage. And then again, Rhode Island turning defense into offense as it's Timpanaro taking the lazy pass. Gets it up, of course, to Brindley Myers. And Myers for the 2nd time today, just so dangerous in the open field on that fast break. splitting through defenders, gets real close, and that one just nothing you can do for goalkeeper Brooke Nelson. This time Myers, not in the fast break, but that left spin move just works so well for Myers. So that's our highlights of the first half, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the second half of action between Rhode Island and LaSalle.
Great job from Levesque. Pain in the corner, as you can see right here. Using that fastball, just a great job getting it.
That's a possibility. That VCU game on April 26th will essentially be a wild card game and a must-watch for any Rhode Island fan. So good job for Rhode Island. Way to get your confidence back and way to take care of business on your home turf.
So for Justin Theriault, I'm Aiden Garvey saying so long from Meade Stadium, where the final score is Rhode Island 18, LaSalle 12. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We'll see you soon. For the Bonnies.
Great job from Cordero. You know, down 0-2 in the count, which we're used to seeing Levesque put batters away quickly, but just squaring it up right there and putting it in the corner where it's far to reach and just getting the double. Now having some momentum. Great game from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island wins this one 20-1. All games airing on the ESPN network, so streamed live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. We'll see you Sunday, everyone.
Welcome inside the Ryan Center. It's Education Day here in Kingston as St. Francis visits Rhode Island for a women's college basketball matchup. I'm Zachary Petrick alongside me, the Middletown native, Justin Theriault. Justin, what are you looking for in today's matchup?
I'm looking forward to what will be the last non-conference game on Rhode Island's schedule. They've lost 5 in a row, so it's a big, big day for Rhode Island. Need to get back in the win column against a struggling St. Francis team.
You're exactly right. And there's one player who will be able to help the Rams do that. That's Awa Kimura, Justin.
Yeah, she's got a lot, more weight on her shoulders this season. She's taken on a lot of responsibility now as a starter and a captain. She's handled it well. Last year, her career high was 6 points. This year, she's averaging 7 points, and she's done it really well, efficiently. You see that right there, 3rd in the A10 in efficiency this season, along with the 7 rebounds a game. It's been a fantastic season so far for Kamara.
She has been so impactful, Justin, as you mentioned. 13 points a game ago as well against Princeton, a game the Rams.
No rollout, faces.
And everybody on the court just kind of threw their hands up in the air. I think even St. Joseph's was a little surprised to get that. Watch this downscreen from Ziegler. 5 seconds remaining. Sneed.
Give me that. Hey, we can see it quick. Blue. Yep. There it is.
See right here. Sneed tries to get down low. Just keep that hand up. Great defense.
Nice.
3 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, Stevie, let's see it. That's a great play.
Great layup there. Great fire from Ziegler.
Blue. I'm ready to see it. Going to break. Sorry.
All knotted up here at 17.
Blue. 7, 6. Music. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we had the clock. So anyway, and then the backside handle should do the same, but I didn't want it.
Welcome back inside the Ryan Center here on Education Day. We just had a mascot race between a few of the nearby schools. We'll send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Chris Ward. Chris, what do you got?
Thanks, Zach. So I am joined here by Ms. Jennifer Pelosi from Nuestro Mundo in Providence. Now, first question here. how excited are the students leading up to this day?
Oh my gosh. For about a month beforehand, we really talked this game up, and it's really rewarding to see the kids working really hard. We use it as an incentive, you know, at this time of year to get the kids to get their work done, and oh my gosh, they work so hard just to make it to this day because it's so exciting for them.
Absolutely. And as a teacher, what are your thoughts on this field trip to the University of Rhode Island?
Oh, what an invaluable experience for the kids, right? To be able to come down. So we're in Providence, right? So we don't really often get the opportunity to visit locations in this part of the state. So just the opportunity to get them out of the city and experience what the college life is like, and to see a college game, especially for our middle school boys who are really into sports. Oh, it's unbelievable. It's such a great day.
Absolutely. And last question here. What are your thoughts? How important is it for these students to watch role models such as basketball players this afternoon?
Well, it's great to see players that represent our students' cultures, right? So a lot of the players on the court are from different countries and from different cultures, and it really matches our student population. So it's great for them to see that this is something that they can strive for in the future and may be able to make it themselves someday.
Absolutely. Well, Ms. Pelosi, thank you for your time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Chris. Really appreciate that. A lot going on here in the Ryan Center. And so we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus.
A project 1,173 days in the making. It's been a long time since December 2nd, 2021, but it's finally time to kick off the inaugural season of Rhode Island Women's Lacrosse, hosting Merrimack right here at Meade Stadium. Welcome inside the booth. I'm Aiden Garvey, alongside me, Justin Therio. And Justin, this project has just been so extensive going through the building of this program.
Yeah, you're very right about that, Aiden. In 3 years to build up this program, and head coach Jenna Slowey has done a fantastic job. She has a good resume. Spent a year at Notre Dame, was the offensive coordinator there, and they had a fantastic offense that season, top 20 in the nation. She was fantastic at her time at Richmond. She put together a top 10 recruiting class as the recruiting coordinator in this very conference. So she's done a good job putting together her staff with, her assistants, and they've put together a pretty solid roster, it seems like, with 7 transfers, and as well as many top players around the New England region. So they've put in their time, they've put in the effort, and now, we had to delay it one day, but what's one day when you've waited 3 years for today?
Absolutely. It was originally scheduled to be played yesterday, but due to the slushy mess we got from the West, had to be postponed about 24 hours, but finally ready in playable conditions, not necessarily desirable. It is quite cold out there. It doesn't really even begin to express how frigid the conditions are outside. 28 degrees with the wind of a gust of 49 miles an hour. That goes down to a real feel of 8. So definitely very windy, very blustery conditions down at field level, Justin. Yeah,
it's going to be brutal, but, this is a team. When you've put together a team like this, a bunch of players who have waited for their opportunity to play Division I lacrosse, or players that have come from other schools that have waited for the opportunity to be a star somewhere else, you're okay waiting for that.
Here's the starting lineup for Rhode Island. At attack, Sammy McDonald, Carly Baswell, and Caitlin Delacave at the midfield position. Sydney McDonald, MJ Timpanaro, Callie Dunn, and Brindley Myers. And back on defense, Sammy McDonald, Mia Sheldon, Marissa Hermans, Katie Corrali, and in goal, it'll be Casey Phelps. Justin, these recruits coming in for Rhode Island at different times, some of them being a part of the inaugural class around 18 months ago, but some just coming in for this school year.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the team. We'll learn more about it throughout the season, but are we going to see the players that played collegiate level last year look the best? Are the players that have been here for all 3 years going to look really good in the scheme? There's a lot that we're going to learn over these first few games.
It'll be Mia Houvelier and MJ Timpanaro at the center circle for the inaugural draw for women's lacrosse at Meade Stadium. And history has been made. The draw is up, and it's won by Carly Baswell.
Rams. The Flyers will take a look at their lineup, trying to get back in the series down 1-0. It's Michael DiMartini, Ryan Luho, Ryan McDougall, Bobby Stang, Aiden Zorn, Mason Doby, Martin Howell, Alejandro Sardinas, and Ty Manolfi. And on the bump today, Tristan Levesque for the Rams. Peter, what have you seen from him so far this year?
Well, Levesque's been great all year. The all-star pitcher for the Rams. To start, the fiery lefty throwing 3.63 ERA on the season, 4-0 in his 4 starts so far, looking to get the Rams going early, keep the Flyers off the board.
Hit around a little bit his last start. You see 7 hits, but only 3 runs allowed in those 6 innings. So he gets hit a little bit, but can work his way out of trouble. You see the whip there. Walks plus hits. Burning pitched at 1.23. Just about set to get underway. DiMartini steps into the righty's batter's box. We'll take a look at the Rams defense. Notarangelo in left, McKenzie in center, Genther in right. The usual suspects around the diamond. That first pitch. Was outside, and now we are underway. Swung on and missed by DiMartini. A perfect strike to home plate. That one ended this one by a score of 11-10. The Rams, a big win yesterday in 168 at-bats, a 7.02 slugging for the sophomore from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and today's anything like what we saw earlier from Martini. It's going to be
Field the Rams coming up. Looking to get off to a fast start once again. We'll take a look at Rhode Island's lineup here today. Anthony DePino leads it off. That man has upped his MLB draft stock so much this year. He's followed by Eric Genther, Reese Maroney, Jack Popko, DJ Perrin, Scott Penny, Nick Notarangelo, Nicholas Toro, and Brody McKenzie. You see there, approaching 200 hits. And then on the bump, it's J.J. Gotti for the Flyers. The junior from Rockville Center, New York, that's Long Island, just like me. Stands at 6'3", 195 pounds. You see the splits this year, 3-3 with 5.10 ERA. The whip at 1.35. See this last start, he got really hit around a little bit. We talked about Levesque getting it around, but Gotti didn't even make it to 5 innings, 4 1/3, 6 runs allowed, and those 9 hits.